Hey, welcome from Chair to CEO, the podcast for beauty pros who are ready to grow a business that feels just as good on the inside as it looks on the outside. I'm your host, Amanda Smearman, salon and spa owner, educator, mentor, and your go-to for all things leadership, mindset, and business behind the chair. Whether you're dreaming about opening your own space, building a high-performing team, or just trying to juggle life and clients without losing your mind, I'm here to help you turn that hustle into something sustainable, profitable, and aligned with who you really are. Each week, we'll dive into real talk about growing your beauty biz, leading with heart, navigating the ups and downs of entrepreneurship, and building a life that you actually love along the way. So grab your coffee or your color bowl, and let's get into it. Hey, welcome back to From Chair to CEO. I am so excited to dig into this episode. So this is going to be a play off of last week's episode on the Charge Your Worth movement. And honestly, I kind of took a different route with the next several episodes after I recorded that podcast. I really want to dive into the Charge Your Worth movement and pricing in general, because I feel like it's such a big struggle for a lot of salon owners and stylists and other beauty professionals out there. So over the next couple of weeks, we're going to kind of pick apart and talk on different topics of this. So if this is something that you have been interested in and wanting to hear more about and listen to me kind of share my point of view with it from a salon owner perspective who has struggled with charging your worth and price increases and things like that, I'm going to share a lot of what has worked for us and how my mindset has changed over the last several years. And honestly, I owe it a lot to the mentors that I've had over the last 4.5 years. And honestly, specifically, the ones that I had the last 9 months or so. Let's dive into this and see what we can share and what you can take out from this. So hopefully you are able to take a lot from these next several episodes. So let me start with this. Your pricing is not personal. It's a system. It's not about your feelings, your self-worth, how nice your client is. It's about your business, your goals, and your data. And when you start looking at pricing this way, everything changes. So let's talk about why we struggle with pricing in the beauty industry in general. And I kind of feel like I'm always speaking as a stylist because I am a stylist. I feel like we struggle with it a whole lot because our services can be so broken down into different mini services within the service. For example, if somebody's coming in for a blonding service, there's the actual blonding part, there's the toning part, there's a conditioning part, there's the haircut or blow dry. There's all kinds of things that go into it that I feel like we can kind of say, oh, well, I kind of feel bad. I don't want to charge that. So we're going to talk about how to kind of get out of that. So let's be real. Most of us weren't taught how to price our services in school. We were told things like, look at what other salons in the area charge. Don't charge too much or you'll scare people away. You're just starting out. Keep your prices low to build clients. Does any of that sound familiar? And those beliefs stick. So even years later, when you're booked and busy, you're still charging prices from your building phase. You feel bad raising them because you're worried someone will get upset or leave or think you're greedy. But here's the truth. When you price emotionally, you run your business on guilt and fear. You become afraid to lose clients, so you keep undercharging. You start to resent your schedule because you're doing too much for too little. And eventually, you burn out. Let's talk about the real way to price your services like a CEO. So, what does system-based pricing actually look like? System-based pricing is about structure. It's about logic. It's about numbers, not nerves. Let me walk you through what this looks like. Number one, you have to know your cost per service. What does it actually cost you to perform a service? This includes product cost and, yes, We use a system called Vish to track what our color expenses are. This has been hugely beneficial, not only in reducing color waste in our salon and being extremely accurate when it comes to replicating formulas, but it helps us know exactly what the product cost is, and we pass that cost on to the client. So we are not missing out on any color that was used, and we're charging literally for every single ounce or gram of color that is used. Not sponsored by Vish, but I am a huge fan of Vish. It also includes the hourly rate for your time. Remember, your time is important. It's labor. Overhead, things like rent, utilities, software, team, front desk, etc. Most importantly, your target profit margin. You deserve this. Even if you're independent, you should have profit built into your pricing. If you're charging $75 for a color that costs you $30 in products, takes 2 hours, and includes shampoo, tools, and finishing product, you are not making money. You're volunteering. We didn't get into this industry to volunteer. We got into this industry to make money. Number 2, factor in time and demand. Time equals money. If a service takes 2 hours and you're charging less than your hourly goal, something's not right. And if your book's solid, that's demand. And demand increases value. You can charge more when you're in demand. That's basic economics. Number 3, use a level system or growth-based structure. Whether you're a solo stylist or a salon owner, you need a path. At my salon, we use a level or tier system that rewards productivity, retention, pre-booking, and as my team grow, their prices grow with them and clients understand why. Now, if you're on your own, you can still use these benchmarks. For example, when I'm 85% booked for 3 months in a row, I'll increase my base price by $10. Or when my average ticket hits X amount of dollars, I adjust my menus to reflect value. Or when I invest in new education, I adjust service pricings accordingly. This turns pricing into a measured process, not a panic decision. Number 3, why you can't skip the system. Stylists and other beauty professionals who skip this structure tend to raise prices only when they're desperate or burned out, when they feel scared to explain their pricing to clients. They end up apologizing for their worth. They underquote because they don't know their costs. And if you're a salon owner with a team, you can't afford not to have this structure in place. Without it, your team guesses. They undercharge, they don't grow, and your profitability suffers. But when you have a system, you can confidently coach your team, clients understand your pricing progression, and your business actually supports your life, not just your clients. So what can you do right now? If you're realizing, wow, I have zero system, don't panic. I'm going to tell you what to do. Step number 1, you have to audit your current pricing. Do you know your cost per service? Figure out what it costs you to actually perform every single service. And yes, it's tedious, but I highly recommend doing this or you're never going to know where you stand and what your numbers truly mean. Step number 2, map out your ideal schedule and income goals. What do you need to earn per hour to make that happen? Step number 3, build a structure. Whether it's a level system or personal benchmarks, make a pricing plan. And here's the good news. You don't have to do this alone. I built the client experience toolkit that helps you deliver more value into your service and gives you the scripting and guides that you need to be able to actually pass that value onto your clients and will help with things like rebooking, retail, referrals, and retention. Because pricing isn't just about math. It's about what you deliver to justify it. If you're interested in the client experience toolkit, the link's in the show notes if you're ready to build that system into your business. So the next time you feel guilty about raising your prices, ask yourself, am I running a business or taking donations? Your clients don't need your emotional breakdown. They need your confidence, your consistency, and your strategy. Remember, pricing isn't personal. It's a system. It's math based on numbers, and numbers don't lie. And when you have that system in place, you'll finally stop second guessing yourself and start owning your role as a real CEO. Thanks for tuning in to this episode, guys. I'll see you next time on From Chair to CEO.